Hey guys, welcome to this episode of The Rachel Cruze Show. And today we're looking at the shocking reason why 63% of Americans are in financial trouble. Now, there could be a lot of situations that could cause someone to be in financial trouble, but today we're going to look at one statistic in particular. And you guys, it's kind of scary. So I'll tell you what it is, and then I'll give you a simple solution so that you won't be one of the people in this stat. All right, let's break it down. So every year, the government asks people in a survey if they would be able to cover a $400 emergency with cash. And this year, that number dropped from 68% to 63%. That means only 63% of Americans would have cash for an emergency, and the remaining percentage wouldn't. So if the dishwasher breaks, they're putting that repair on a credit card. And if you use a credit card for emergencies, the emergency really doesn't go away. So yes, the dishwasher might be fixed, but then you're still paying for it after it's done. And then what happens if you get into a fender bender and have to pay an insurance deductible? Well, that means you're paying off the dishwasher repair. Chances are you may not have the cash to cover the other emergency. So back on the credit card it goes, and the balance and the interest just keep racking up. And this can become a really vicious cycle when you use a credit card, especially when you use them for emergencies. So especially when it comes to emergencies, you guys, I want you to be your emergency funds. And that is how you break the cycle, is you have money saved in the bank. So you need $1,000 emergency funds. Now, I know that is way over the $400 mentioned in the survey, but you want to make sure that you have plenty of cash in case there is an emergency that comes up that is more than $400. And according to an article found in Forbes, the national average for a roof repair is $950. The average for replacing 4 tires is $668. So $1,000 will cover you as a starter emergency fund. And at Ramsey, we teach that saving your emergency fund is the first thing that you do even before you get out of debt. So you're not worrying about paying off debt until you have that $1,000 saved up. That way, if an emergency happens while you are paying on debt, you have the cash to cover it. And that's really helpful, you guys, because it turns an emergency into an inconvenience instead of a crisis for so many other people. All right, the best way to save up your $1,000 emergency fund is by having a budget. And I love the free budgeting tool, Every Dollar. It makes it really simple to plan for your money and to budget for your $1,000 emergency fund. So let's go through how to start your budget. If you're on baby step 1, meaning you have some debt, but you still need to save up $1,000, then this is for you. Okay, the 3 main categories you're going to see in your budget is your income, what you're bringing in, your giving, and also your spending. Now, your income is going to vary, and you want to put that at the top of the budget. Then you want to give 10% of your income. And we talk about giving a lot on here, but you guys, this is a really important part of your financial journey. And we always say to give a little until you can give a lot, but be giving something regardless of where you are financially, because giving really is the mechanism that helps move your heart in this process and really helps your character. I mean, there's something about living with an open hand that's really key, so don't skip on giving. And the third category in your budget is spending. Now, the first 4 categories in spending are the first 4 things that you need to do, and I call those your 4 walls. So this is the very first thing that you're gonna do, again, before you pay off your credit cards or your student loan. Make sure these 4 things are done, and that is food, shelter, utilities, and transportation. So we talk about food. This doesn't mean eating out at a restaurant every night of the week. When you're budgeting for food, it means, hey, what do we need to feed our family at home? And maybe at not the nice, big, great grocery store, but like the cheap grocery store where we get cheap food for a period of time to save as much money as possible. The average American spends $560 to $1,296 a month on groceries. So if you're paying off your debt, your goal is to spend less than the average. So you want to make sure, though, your food is covered. Next is utilities. So this is your basic needs like heat, AC, water, garbage pickup even. I mean, the things that keep your household running. Again, that is utilities. And then also in your 4 walls is transportation. And again, this is budgeting for things like gas for your car, or if you use public transit, make sure that that's in there. You want to be able to say, okay, here's money to get me to and from work, to and from the places I need. This doesn't mean like we're taking a big road trip across the country to go to a concert. No, this is really your bare bones. Again, these are for people on baby step 1 who are saving up that $1,000 emergency fund. So when you're doing all this, you guys, and your 4 walls are covered, Then you want to start saving up that $1,000. And in baby step 1, again, you're still trying to save that emergency fund as fast as you can. And it might feel really intimidating at first, but remember, you're trying to get out of debt as fast as you can. So that $1,000 emergency fund really makes people nervous, but I want some of that nerves, if you will, help you do baby step 2, which is getting out of debt. I want you to be able to do that quickly. And maybe some of the fear of only having $1,000 in the bank gets you out of baby step 2 faster so that you can save up a bigger emergency fund in baby step 3. All right, before I share how to save $1,000 fast, I want to tell you about a game that I have been loving, and it's called Telestrations. I mentioned this the other day on social, and so many people were commenting that they love Telestrations as well, and I know you will, so I want you to check it out because it's a really fun game, you guys. I mean, you're drawing pictures, you got some phrases. Even if your kids can read, even, kindergarten, first, second grade, they can play with you. So your little kids and then all the way up. I think the 80-year-olds love this game too. So again, the range of age is huge here and everyone has fun with it. So make sure to check it out. Start making memories today and purchasing Telestrations at Walmart or wherever you buy games. All right, so to save $1,000 fast, first, cut back on spending. We talked about this some when we were talking about the 4 walls, but do whatever you can to shrink your budget. So again, stop going to restaurants when you're looking at your food category. That's gonna save you a ton. When you're grocery shopping, pick the store brand over the name brands. It's always gonna be lower. Like find these things that you can do to save money. And I have a whole video about this that I'll link in the description. So go check it out and make sure you watch it before you make your next grocery list. All right, another way to save $1,000 fast is to increase your income. So you could get a part-time job, work overtime, even do a side hustle like babysitting or dog walking. And also, another great way to save $1,000 is by gathering up all your loose change and cash. Check old purses and pockets, random birthday money that could be laying around, whatever it is, put that money towards saving up $1,000. And finally, check your tax deductions. So if you got a really big refund last year, that means that you overpaid on your taxes. So you can actually change that number by adjusting your tax withholding to put more money back in your paycheck. All right, you guys, I know that hearing you need to save $1,000 can feel overwhelming, but you can do this. And imagine how empowered you'll feel when you have money in your savings account. And emergencies are something that we don't expect, but we can plan for them knowing that they're going to happen. When we have our emergency fund in place, again, it takes a crisis and turns it into an inconvenience. All right, if this was helpful, make sure to share this with a friend who may need a little extra boost in saving up for an emergency fund. And don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the show description for a link to my favorite budgeting app, EveryDollar. And remember, you guys, to take control of your money and create a life you love.